Hi guys, welcome to Hindi Snooker, and today's video is very interesting and it's all about potting angles. The problem with the most of the players is that they're really trying to understand potting angles and trying to find to assess that whether it is a quarter ball pot or a three-quarter ball pot or a half ball pot or whatever it is. But they are still struggling because they're trying or whatever they've been taught in the videos or in different probably academies, that there are certain angles and you have to follow those angles. But to be honest, I feel it actually complicates player's mind when he is trying to follow a set pattern, because let's say if we have like different angles, but of course if the ball is slightly towards the right or left or wherever it is, so angle has to be changed. What a player needs to understand is how to assess the angle and how to practice on it to make it better for him during the game, because the pressure comes in the game, not in the practice. So how he's gonna cope up with this? Today's video is on this topic. You cannot skip this video. You can always follow my social media. The whole script is there. You can also join my online seminar, online snooker coaching classes, and make sure you subscribe our channel and share my video. Let's start our today's video. You can see there are a few reds. I've made some angles on it, and I'm going to do a very simple thing, and I'm going to remove them all. I'm not going to complicate you with the basic things and everybody is telling about, everybody's talking about. What I'm going to show you is how to practice or how to understand the potting angles. This is our straight. The red is representing a white ball, so it means it is a straight ball. So we don't have to worry about it. Leave this red over here. But then we need to make sure, since we are on the pink spot, I placed black over here. So what we need to work on is to start getting practice, start having some practice time on the table whenever it is available, wherever it is available, so we can be fluent in different angles instead of trying to find the hitting contact point and other things. I don't want to call it like three-quarterish ball or something. Just let it be just a slight angled pot. We are going to talk slight angled pot. Okay, so let's say if I'm a very beginner player and this shot looks a bit tricky for me, and I'm hitting my shot like, let's say, you see my shot is like I'm touching the ball touched this cushion before it fell into the pocket. So what we are going to do is I'm going to keep practicing this shot, and unless I am start sinking this ball in the center of the pocket, and there is no shortcut to it, because practice is the only thing that is going to take you on the next level. Otherwise you will keep struggling. Trust me, it's not a game that you can learn in books or in videos. You'll have to be on the table and spend some table time. Okay, so once we are let's say we are fluent in the hitting, I see it is much better without touching the cushion. I sank this red. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, and you have to do like this shot like 10 out of 10. Like, okay, let me play another shot. So if I hit it wrong again, I'll have to move back to my counting to 0. So unless I am keep hitting sinking ball without touching the cushion, I'm alright. So make 10 out of 10 without hitting the cushion. So it's a very interesting and tricky shot. Now I'm gonna move my ball a bit further away, and now it is a bit more difficult to judge. And again, I don't want to call it like it's a half ball pot and blah blah blah. It's very difficult when you are playing. Everybody knows, you all are snooker players, and you understand that understanding that way is a bit tricky for some. For some it works, for some it doesn't. And this practice is for the guys who does not understand the three-quarter and half ball things. So now again, let's say if I'm hitting it too thin, now you see, so it means I played a bad shot and my red ball was on this cushion instead of going into the pocket. So what I'm going to do again, we're going to do is more of a practice and keep doing it, because and then that means I was slightly offline. It is not always that you are judging the potting angles, it's mainly you are not on the line of the shot. So I have to correct my line and I have to be a bit straightish towards the shot because it was thinnish. So I want to make my contact a bit thick, and when I'm a bit more thick, this might happen. Now you can see, okay. So now it means there was a variation of my shot. First was a bit thin, second was a bit thick. And what I'm going to do, obviously, I'm going to readjust my line of aim, my alignment, my stance, and then I'm going to try to play the same shot, the same manner, and see, okay. So our line of aim, we are here, and then I'm going to try to pot this ball and try to make it pot it in the center of the pocket, which is a good one. Again, now I have to do, you can mark those spots, or you don't need to mark. Your mind can give you a hint where you are actually placing your white ball. So once you are done, again 10 pots on this one, move your ball a bit more difficult, of course you can see in the camera. So again, now this is a very tricky shot. I would call it like, it's a quarter ball pot. Okay, I just said it, it's a quarter ball pot, but how am I gonna hit it? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just again try to pot it in the center, and if I'm not, I'll have to correct myself. Well, you see my white ball slightly touched this cushion, so I failed the test. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace the balls, and I'll try to pot these balls again and try not let red ball touch any cushion. It has to be very, very accurate. Now that was a better shot than the previous one because the ball went in. So the thing is that 10 pots, 10 pots, 10 pots, 10 pots, 10 pots, like 50, 60 pots you've already done up till reaching just on the pink spot, and you can do the same on the other side. Then you can do the same on the black and other spots. We'll do more videos on different spots as well, but today, since we are talking on pink spot, we can understand. So now let's increase, make it more thin, which is a challenging, but you don't have to always pot this ball because it is very difficult shot. But sometimes, and there's a situation that you only need pink, and for winning you might have to try, because white ball is obviously going somewhere there, so there is a chance that if you miss you can save the ball, but try not to miss. And before that, for this we are practicing it again and again. But again, let's see, when we are playing too thin or very thin shot, where our object ball is going to drop in. Either it's going to touch the cushion or it's going to sink in straight in the pocket. Again, okay, I'm touching my line of aim. Okay, let's try. I see it was a bit thick. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna adjust my stance and aiming again, and try to play it thin before it was a bit thick. That seems better. Yes. So again, I have to play 10 out of 10. So these shots are difficult, but trust me, potting angles can only be improved by practicing and through the table time. If you think you can just learn the theory and you can understand how it's happening, it's not going to happen. And of course, make sure you understand this: whenever the ball is getting thinner, the pot, you don't expect too much from your white ball. Just try to drop the ball in the pocket. Avoid the force and avoid any unintentional side or intentional side, because it's going to make more problem for you, because the shot itself is very difficult and you're trying to put something on this one. It's going to make a problem for you. So thank you very much, guys. Please do subscribe my channel. My details are there, and anybody wants to be a certified snooker coach can have my certification class. And if you got any questions, please feel free to contact me on the numbers. The WhatsApp numbers are there. My Facebook page, follow it. Sometimes I'm live on my Facebook page, sometime on my YouTube. So thank you very much. Good. Any questions, any suggestions, and if you want any specific topic that you are interested in that I should make a video on, please do contact me and send me a message. I'll try to cover up that request. So thank you very much. Take care. Bye.